What's good? What's good, everybody? It's your boy Heek. Welcome to another episode of Heek's Hot Takes. Thanks for joining us. Got my boy G Dub in the building. What's good, my brother? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm feeling good.
Good, man. Good. I'm glad. I'm
Uh,
glad, man. Hey, we just gonna jump right into it, y'all. We it's a great day to record some live, because as soon as we hop on here, NBA want to get it cracking. So we love that. So we just gonna go ahead and start it off right off the rip. Big news in the NBA just went down. Kevin Durant has officially been traded to the Houston Rockets for a package of Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the 10th. No, the what? Some first round
was
pick.
breaking up.
I can't remember what pick. Oh, number 10 pick in the 2025 draft. And 5 second-round picks. So that's a haul. But initially, let's get Greg's reaction real quick. Greg, how you feel about the trade and how it just went down and everything that went with it, man? Talk to us.
First, I like to say I wish it would have been the Spurs instead. That's the first thing. I would have liked to see him with Wemby. I like the trade, but I think I would have probably kept Dylan Brooks, and I would have maybe trying to give him Cam Whitmore or something.
Cam Whitmore. I thought Cam Whitmore would have been in it too.
I know Dylan Brooks is kind of sometimes the butt of the joke and he doesn't, but what he does impacts the game and does impact teams. It may not have effect against LeBron when he's doing that shit, but other players it does affect them.
Right.
And I think the fact he don't care what nobody think, so he'll it's whatever. You could talk about me, say whatever. I think that's something I want on my team if I'm trying to build it.
Facts.
Other than that, I like the trade. Kevin Durant is one of my favorite players, so I'm happy to see him get away from a player that I don't like a lot, and that's Devin Booker. So
yeah, I got some heavy opinions on Devin Booker. Honestly, when it's my turn, I'll go.
I think Kevin Durant is still, at the top of the league. I think he's I don't think you can name. I think you'd be hard pressed to find 10 players all time in our lifetime that we've seen that's better than him at the game of basketball. So just getting that and his championship experience, losing in the finals before with OKC, losing 3-1 against the Warriors, ups and downs in the league in Brooklyn and and now in Phoenix, and I don't think he needs to prove anything, but I feel like he wants to prove something, and I think
Right.
I like Sengun a lot. I like Amen Thompson a lot too. Jabari Smith and Eason and so I'm curious. They still got Van Fleet, right?
Yes, they kept Van Fleet.
All right, so their backcourt's pretty decent. We'll see what Reed Shepard turns into, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's really so. I take this trade as two things and like double side of the coin, like they both exist type thing.
Yeah.
I think the Rockets finally understood that Jalen Green, as electrifying as he can be, is not consistent enough to carry your franchise to a championship.
Agree.
sometimes he plays, I call it 2K basketball, bro. Like I literally think I've seen him shoot a three and do a 2K emote after shooting the three, bro. Like it's crazy. Um, and the second thing that it tells me is that they are extremely confident in what they see behind the scenes in guys like Reed Shepherd and Cam Whitmore. Um, I think a Cam Whitmore breakout season could be coming next year. A lot of people have been wondering why this kid hasn't been getting playing time. Every time he does, he shows out. He's got that dog mentality. He kind of reminds me a lot of like a Ben Matherin type. They're very similar to me. Um, and so I feel like you said what?
That's a good comparison.
Yeah. I feel like there's it opened up a lot more. I mean, they had to open up space for them boys to play. Man, it was either trade them or play them. So um, them getting rid of a guy as important as Dylan Brooks, someone that they seeked out to bring in to help them win a championship, them willing to give him up and give up Jalen Green tells me they're very confident in them young boys in that stable.
Yeah.
Now on the Phoenix side, I love it for Phoenix because I now think that Phoenix is about I'd say Phoenix is about one athletic big away from and getting rid of Beal and getting rid of Beal away from getting back to competing, right? I feel like there was this weird like scoring tension between the three, Booker, Beal, and Durant, right? And like Durant never been like a facilitator type, right? Like he'll get some assists, but he's not out there hunting assists. He's hunting buckets. And Booker, for the majority of his career, kind of been the same way, right? But then you bring in Durant, you bring in Beal, and now Booker changed his way of playing. And I'm gonna be honest with you,
Guard.
he's not a point guard. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. The the interactions I've seen of Booker and the way his personality, I see it, and how he be talking to other people, it wouldn't surprise me if he this year was low-key tanking on his points on purpose, bro. On some like, this shit ain't gonna work. I don't like this shit. Here, I'll just pass it to Durant and Beal. That's what y'all brought them here for. Like, Booker is a big crybaby to me. I'm not a big fan of Devin Booker the more and more that it goes on, I think Booker has a little too much his hand is too much in the pot when it comes to decisions in the organization. And we've seen
one, except for one time when Chris Paul was there.
Right. And what do you know? He had a vet there, and they succeed, and they get to the finals, bruh. And it's like there's stars that can handle giving influence in decisions of front offices, and there's stars who can't handle it, right? And the stars who can't handle it, they become entitled. They become, I can't do no wrong, no blame on me. They become that type of star, and I'm watching Booker become that right now. Like, I live in Phoenix, bro. Like, he can do no wrong here, bruh. He could do no wrong. He'd go out and rob a liquor store tomorrow, and the fans would be like, "Oh, he was thirsty," and it's like, bruh, what?
As Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce say, I think open the windows, open the doors, get some fresh in there. If I were them, I would trade him as well.
Yeah.
I would start over.
Yeah.
Like
facts.
Like you could, I think he could be good. Like I wouldn't. I think he might fit in Orlando. I could see him working down there.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably don't even got the cap space to even try to make it work.
I was gonna say,
but well, them as well. But I mean, but I thought that before the Bane trade.
Exactly.
I just remember that they traded Bane. I wasn't
Exactly.
for that. Prior to them getting Desmond Bane, I would have thought that would
Perfect
be
spot for
perfect.
Booker.
Um, if they, I mean, they wouldn't have no bench, but I think maybe you could probably trade like Norman Powell and maybe and let Harden run the one and him play the two. I don't know. I don't know what else
I think he gotta go to like Detroit, bro.
with Cade.
Yeah. Yeah. Get evil J. Cole out of there. You get Cade, Beasley, Booker, Durant, and fuck, I don't even know who else. That's a squad.
See, like that Bane trade changed. Like, cause I I wouldn't mind seeing him with Ja. Like, I wouldn't. That could be fun to watch at least. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it could at least be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Um,
They might be over there playing Charlotte Hornets basketball though.
if like you can get Giannis to stay,
Yeah, that's a perfect spot for him.
maybe in Milwaukee.
Yeah. But you know, Booker, that he's that weirdo that'd be like, I'm not going there. Fuck Giannis. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like he's spoiled, bro. He ain't leaving Phoenix, bro. He got a castle here.
I'm trying to. What about Golden State?
He would fit.
They're about to pay Pods, right? And Kuminga. You could sign and
I don't know what they're finna. I think they're doing Kuminga dirty, low
you
key.
You could sign and trade both of them for Devin Booker. I mean, clearly Steve Kerr doesn't like Kuminga.
No, not at all.
I think Pods is cool, but like
Pods gets too much run.
Even though I'm not a fan of Devin Booker, like I'll take Devin Booker over him
for sure.
So, and you can kind of maybe create one last ditch effort at that what Stephen Clay had. You know, obviously he's not the shooter that Clay is, but
he can get hot.
Other than that, I think he needs a fresh start. I think Phoenix needs a fresh start.
100%.
I think they're just spinning their wheels, whatever they do, whatever 100%. They do, like just get them out of there, and you just have 1 year left on Bradley Beal's contract. Just ride it out.
Just ride it out, bro. Just ride it out. You got your young. You got Jalen Green. You're gonna need to pair him with somebody, right?
You just got a top 10 pick.
Top 10 pick, exactly.
They have another. Their pick is in the lottery, or they don't have a pick.
Talking about Phoenix's own pick.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing. I think
Brooklyn might have it.
No. I got to look at the details, but I think Houston just gave them back their own original pick for Durant.
Yo, that's some NBA 2K right there, bro.
Yeah, bro. I think they gave them back their original 2025 pick.
I seen that on 2K Mad Times Plan. Bro. That's crazy.
I can't remember who that pick was surrounded around. Who was that trade surrounded around? I can't remember, but a while ago, Phoenix, they sent them picks over to Houston.
That's
for somebody. Who was that for?
Terrible.
But yeah, so that's hilarious to me. Gave them their own pick back for Durant. But I mean, again, it's win-win scenario that way, right? Like Houston's in win now mode. They were just the number 2 seed in the league, and
Houston would have had to give me their pick 2 this year. I need 2 picks.
Right. You can't just give me mine back. Yeah. But beggars can't be choosers. That's why I thought they should have traded Booker, because I feel like you could have got way more. They got more for Durant than I thought they would have. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, but you could have got way more for Booker if you start shopping him. But it is what it is. That would have been a full reset right there. That would have been what we was looking for. and then
I
let
know.
Durant ride into the sunset.
I still. He can't do it now, especially if they win. But I really would have loved to see him and Russ. You get him and get Russ on a vet minimum, and bring them back to OKC. I would have loved to see that. I feel like that's one of the dopest things that LeBron did. Go back
That
to
was cool.
like
That
go back
was
to
cool.
Cleveland. And I feel like if you're a star player, and for whatever reason you left, like even though like he was on one leg and didn't play, like it was dope that Kevin Garnett retired playing like the last game he played in was in a Timberwolves jersey. That's dope. Shaq, the last game he played in shouldn't have been in a Celtics jersey. It should have been in a Lakers jersey, even a Heat jersey, like Paul Pierce. Like I just feel like that's dope. And I feel
Yeah.
like star players, if they gave you 10 years plus, they should be able to go back there, and that's where they should end their career at, if they so choose. And I would have loved to see that.
Yeah, I agree.
I know we didn't talk about this like beforehand, but what do you think of I saw Memphis is shopping Ja and Jaren.
Yeah, if they're shopping Jaren, the Knicks should throw the sink at him. You've been with me since talking about the Knicks, and since we've been talking on this show, and I've been banging the ladder for Jaren Jackson Jr. all off, and not specifically him, but him type all
Swapping
off
him?
season.
Are you swapping him for Cat or pairing him with Cat?
That's the tough part, because like ideally pairing him with Cat would be awesome, but you're not pairing him with Cat without losing Mikal or OG, and I don't want to give up OG. And Mikal kind of proved his worth in the playoffs. So I don't know if I want to give up Mikal either. So it's like it's a tough position.
And I think if they can get Jaren Jackson, here it goes. You can have Mikal, and I'm sure they're probably going to want Mitchell Robinson, and he'll probably, for cap reasons, probably have to do that as well. And we rocking.
Yeah.
And
I mean that's a scary lineup. Like
you still got Brunson,
right,
you still got Josh Hart, you
right.
still got OG.
I'd be okay getting rid of Josh Hart before Mikal, bruh. And I
I
know
feel
Josh
like
Hart's that guy that does everything that every team needs. I get that. But sometimes, man, bro, be the dumbest turnovers, bruh. And I'm just like,
you know what his biggest value is?
yeah, his availability.
No, that he keeps the main guy happy. They're best friends.
Right. Which brings me to another thing that
That's
I heard the Knicks were checking in on DiVincenzo and talking about bringing him back, which I would love. I was mad we got rid of him in the first place.
Yeah.
I was mad we got rid of him in the first place. This motherfucker was carrying us in the
honest,
playoffs at some points.
To be honest, I didn't think the trade made sense for either side. I didn't really understand. Like, I felt like what Cat and Ant had going was good, and I felt like all they needed was to add a dog to go along with Ant, because Cat's not. He's a cat.
Yeah.
Not a dog, which is fine. Not everyone's the alpha dog.
Right.
And that's fine. I know he tries to be and wants to be, but that's just not who he is. And I feel like if they just added one, like a dog, just a dog, somebody that, hey, he gonna go out, he might go get some loose balls, pause. He might go get some rebounds, play some defense, hit some shots when we need him to. You know what I'm saying? Do something, disrupt the other guys, do something that, like, all right, Ant's off tonight, and Cat, he's playing all right, but he can't do it by himself. Or, Ant's going, but Cat's playing soft tonight. We got somebody to go. I felt like that's what they needed. I don't know, and I don't know why. I felt like Julius Randle, obviously you had to trade him, but like I just didn't feel like Cat was the right guy. I feel like it should have went somewhere else.
Yeah. I feel like that trade was the Knicks trying to be like smarter than like how am I trying to say this? They were trying to almost predict the future, I feel like, right? I think they saw, how Brunson excelled in the playoffs before, and then without Jew, and then Jew coming back, and I think they outthunk themselves, right? They was like, we can't have them together. We gotta get rid of them. So you go get Cat, who's more passive, assuming Brunson takes the majority of the shot, but it kind of backfired. You know what I'm saying? Because the defensive issues are crazy. So and being 7 foot and having any game under 10 points is wild, and having any game under 10 rebounds is wild. No way a 7-footer should ever have less than 10 points and 10 rebounds. I don't give a fuck. You should average a double-double if you're 7 foot. I don't care. Yeah, man. So we got on a little Knicks tangent there, but yeah, all in all, I think we both like the trade, the Durant trade. For both teams, Houston's in win now mode. Phoenix pressing a soft reset, not a hard reset, a soft reset.
It should be a hard reset.
It should be, but they won't. Like I said, you might get the pulse here when you come down to visit, bro. Like Devin Booker can do no wrong in this city. It's crazy. Dude could do the most wildest shit and motherfuckers wouldn't say a damn thing.
Wasn't the finals one the only time he's ever been to the playoffs?
Only time, bro. Only time. And now, like I said, this team that they have now is constructed a little bit more closely to that team, except for they don't have Chris Paul and they don't have an Ayton, right? But you got your Mikal type and Dylan Brooks, and you got your Cam Johnson type and Jalen Green. So now you just need, a athletic big and a vet point guard to get Book the ball in the right spot. And they might could do something, but the West's so tough, bro. The West's so tough. You know what I'm saying? Like Houston, obviously. You never know what Denver's going to do. As long as they got Jokic, they're always on the radar. We'll see what the Clippers do. We'll see what the Lakers do. We'll see what there's a team on it. The Mavericks when Kyrie comes back.
I saw, speaking of the Mavericks, I saw that they are interested in going to get Chris Paul to stable things till Kyrie's back.
Jesus. Yeah, dude. I'll put the future in right when they make that trade. If they make that trade, I'll go Mavs Western Conference champs. I will put that in.
I think he's a free agent.
Oh yeah, if they sign him, I'll put that in, bro. The price will be like plus 2,000, something stupid, and they'll have a chance at doing that for sure.
Yeah.
Fuck, bro. Remember when Chris Paul played with Tyson Chandler? It's going to be like that again.
I saw that and I was like, dang, that's pretty big. Like,
that's fucking fire.
He's a leader, and Kyrie has shown to be a big shot maker in big games.
Yeah.
If they got both them healthy and AD healthy.
And then you can still bring Dinwiddie off the bench.
And if Cooper Flag's even like a third of like what people think he is, then that
shit would be dangerous for sure. Damn.
But I don't want Chris Paul. Since they didn't go after KD, I would like to just see them get Giannis, bring Chris Paul back, and see what you can do. But if only bring Chris Paul back, only if you're gonna go get Giannis. But if not, just let him go.
It's sounding more and more like Giannis staying. It's sounding more and more like that. And Wemby out there practicing kung fu. You seen all that?
Yeah, he's about to.
They say he put on weight too. He up to 245.
Imagine getting cooked all game, and then
they come up and say namaste.
After the game, he tell you
Peace,
something.
Brother.
He tell you something like, "Your fight is strong, but your will is not enough," or something.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dog. Hey, man. Come on, bro. Get out my face with all that enlightenment. You just 30-10.
The leaf moves only when the wind blows.
You cannot. That's crazy, bro.
We'll be coming back with all the proverbs.
No, yo. We got to talk about what the Spurs be doing to people. Because why is he turning into Tim Duncan?
He
got
is.
the baldy. Tim Duncan was bald and has a hairline. He has dreads. He got locks, bro.
Yeah.
And he rocked a baldy for mad years for zero reason. Yeah. Kevin Garnett had to rock a baldy.
What if the Spurs low key had like a rule like the Yankees when they couldn't have facial hair? Like all the killers got to be bald, bro. Because Duncan was bald. Remember, Tony Parker was bald. Ginobili eventually went bald. If you gonna be a GOAT here, you got to go bald.
All right, that's Steven Jackson. They had to get him out of there. He had braids.
Yep. No, we can't deal with
Kawhi.
this,
Kawhi
too much hair.
Kawhi wouldn't cut the braids. He was Dang, Kawhi Leonard was Devin Miles.
Hey yo, that's crazy.
Kawhi Leonard was Nick Cannon. That's crazy.
Hey, somebody do the research on the Spurs organization for us, please. We got to get to the bottom of this.
Dang.
Something ain't right down there. Trying to think anything else in the NBA.
Can I go on my? Do you want to talk finals before I go on my rant?
Oh, let's talk finals, brother. Let's do it.
All right.
What's your rant? Your rant. Yeah. Let's talk finals first, and then we'll do that. Yep. So game 7 tonight. Go ahead, hit the comments, fry us.
We were wrong.
Whatever. We were very much wrong.
We were wrong, and also,
but we were right.
I have to solely off of this. I take everything back I said about Tyrese Halliburton that was bad, not because of his play,
not me,
but solely because he is a character in WWE 2K25, which I thought was lame initially, which is why I take everything back. His entrance music in the game is Mini Men. I have to respect it. And so Tyrese Halliburton, I apologize. I still think y'all are gonna lose, but I apologize for all the things I said about you that were negative.
I'm proud of you, Greg. That took a lot.
Yeah.
I'll shoulder all the hate that Greg threw out there still.
All right. There we go.
Tyrese Midderburton.
That's crazy.
I got that.
Anyway, Alley Man. That's also the greatest nickname in sports history.
Bro, did you see it was like the Halliban, and then there was like what they said, like Clark Cada after Caitlin Clark went for like 30. Clark Cada
and Halliban. They going crazy in New York.
That is crazy.
Halliban first Heek went crazy in New York, then she went crazy in New York.
Wild.
Insane.
So we was wrong initially. I had a sweep. Greg had a
I said 5.
Greg had a gentleman's, and Avery also had a gentleman's. We were very wrong. But like I said, we were still a little bit right, because one thing all three of us did agree on was this coaching difference between what they call him, Freaky Rick. That's what McAfee and Udonis Haslam and all them was calling him, Freaky Ricky.
That's crazy, and you should never say that.
That's what they call him.
But they let them do it then.
On a show with more viewers than us. That's what the streets calling him, and he going crazy. So I'm calling what the streets calling him.
Wait, is Pat McAfee the streets?
Udonis Haslam is.
Is he?
Yeah. Udonis Haslam and Quentin Richardson are. That's what they call them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I'm gonna respect them boys.
The coaching is
Especially because Rick Carlisle did a number on Udonis Haslem in the finals. Don't forget that.
fair.
So Udonis know all about that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, bro. So I think that coaching difference has reared its head significantly in this matchup. Rick Carlisle's coaching out of his mind. The rotations are good. The game plan's great. And I don't know, man. I just
OKC's problem is, and this dates back to Kevin Durant and Russ. Late game situations, final 4 or 5 minutes of the game, 2 minutes of the game, they, no matter who their coach has been, the late game offense is just, hey, do that nigga, cuh. Hey, do that nigga, cuh. Hey, do that nigga, cuh. Do that nigga, cuh. And that doesn't win championships.
Yeah.
Mike and them didn't win that way. Steph and them didn't win that way. Kobe and them didn't win that way. Bron and them, nobody won that way because that doesn't win. And until they get a coach that can really, and I think their coach is a good coach. I don't think he's a bad coach. But until they get like a real good coach, I feel like all their good coaches were first time pro head coaches. Scott Brooks, first time head coach, or did he coach? He coached in Houston before?
That's a good question.
Billy Donovan in OKC.
I feel like Scott Brooks got the Houston job after OKC, but maybe I'm tripping.
Billy Donovan, he came from Florida, right?
Florida, yep, Florida.
Chicago first.
Florida.
He coaches Chicago now, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's all their coaches, right?
Since Durant and Westbrook, I believe so. Brooks, Donovan, this guy now. I think so.
So they've got to get. I can't. I'm not gonna say fire. You can't fire him. He's a good coach, and they won 60 plus games. But I'd try to find a way to get Sam Cassell on the staff.
Yeah, you just gotta get someone else on the staff. It ain't even about firing the head coach.
Yeah. I would try to go get Sam Cassell on the staff, or maybe give Rondo a shot.
Man, Rondo as a coach, that'd probably be. But you know what? I could see Rondo as one of those coaches too, though, where it's like, bruh, do it the right way or get the fuck off the floor. You know what I'm saying? I could see Rondo as that type of guy too, because he was kind of that way when he played, right? Like he was super like, hey, this is how this shit gonna be. To be the point guard of a team of 3 other Hall of Famers and you're legitimately leading and running the offense, you gotta be a motherfucker who ain't taking no shit, you know?
Right. And it's like if we don't win, half the narrative would be like, oh, we had a stacked team and couldn't get it done.
Right.
Half the narrative is gonna be the kid held them back.
Right.
They gotta go get a vet. But he stepped up. So and he's a phenomenal basketball mind. I think he should be on someone's coaching staff, being groomed to be a head coach somewhere.
Yeah.
He coached AAU, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see tonight. I guess, take my prediction for a grain of salt, obviously, because I've been ass on my fucking NBA playoff predictions so far, but I don't see how OKC loses a game 7 at home. Especially
Scott Foster's officiating, correct?
I saw that, but I don't think he's on the floor.
Okay.
I think he's like up in the skybox or some shit.
Because if he's on the, I got OKC by 20.
Yeah, that whistle gonna come out for sure.
Or maybe I got Indiana by 20 because the betting odds on that are probably crazy.
Fair. Yeah, I don't see OKC losing a game 7 at home. And they got these like noisemakers, bro. It's like a plastic fan, basically, bro. They clap them together. It's gonna be so loud in that bit. So, but we'll see. Take what I say with a grain of salt, like I said. But
Same.
should be a good game.
Halliburton's been cooking me all playoffs. Every time I got something to say, he cooks me. So
yeah, man. I'm gonna keep trying to.
I was right about Austin Reeves. I was wrong about Tyrese Halliburton.
You're not wrong about him yet. He can't keep getting away with this.
Yo, somebody said, "Yo, the script is out." Yo, what happens when he foul baits Shea into the game-winning free throws?
Hey, I'll fucking tweak. I'll tweak. And you know he gonna talk some shit too, like after
the nasty summer,
bro. The summer, if
Tyrese Halliburton's gonna be acting a fool.
If they win, the whole NBA offseason is gonna be disgusting, bro.
I seen him act a fool when they hadn't won nothing yet.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. And I love, bro. I watch McAfee show all the time. That's my dog. I'm not gonna be able to watch that show no more. Because they could talk about the Pacers for a week straight.
Maybe a month.
Fuck, dude.
Might be till football season.
Oh my god. It's for sure gonna be till football season.
Yeah.
Come on, OKC. Oh shit. All right. Well, let's move on from the NBA.
No, wait. Whoa.
Oh yeah, Greg gotta get something off his chest. My bad.
To whom it may concern, Tracy McGrady has to be quiet. He got on TV yesterday and said, if I'm with Prime Shaq, you don't think I never had the opportunity to win. If I'm with Prime Shaq, you don't think I get one? No. I don't. Because be clear, on the first championship, even though they won in 5, right? I think against the Pacers back then, 5 or 6.
Yeah,
it wasn't a cakewalk for them to win with Kobe. Shaq played with Penny Hardaway, averaging 25 or 23, something like that, 8 and 5, and they got swept. Shaq giving up 144 points to Akeem Olajuwon in 4 games. So, and I'm not doing this to dump on Shaq. I'm just giving some context. The guy that never won a playoff series, the guy that lost in 2002 in the playoffs to the Hornets with Baron Davis, and Baron Davis wasn't the leading scorer. Their leading scorer was hurt. What is he talking about? The guy who. What are those numbers I sent you on the playoffs?
Shit. So what you sent me, it says Kobe after Shaq won 13 playoff series, and in 3 years from 08 to 2010 beat 10 50-win teams, 3 straight trips to the finals, won a ship, defended the ship, and that's after Shaq. T-Mac never won a single playoff series, not one. Choked a 3-1 lead to Detroit, losing games 5, 6, and 7 by 31, 15, and 15 points, giving birth to Tayshaun Prince. He had Yao Ming and the 2-0. That was my argument. That was going to be my argument for him saying didn't have a chance to win. It's like, bro, you play with Yao.
Who's one of maybe 3 players I've ever seen offensively and defensively, like, bust Shaq ass.
Yeah, bro. Like, Yao, people sleep on how good Yao actually was.
It's prime, so he doesn't get the respect.
Right. He had Yao Ming and a 2-0 lead on Dallas coming home for games 3 and 4. Lost both games at home, then a third game before getting blown out by 40 in game 7, losing the series. Had a 2-0 lead on Utah, choked game 7 at home. And you supposed to be Bean's real homie sitting up here with those clowns talking all that nonsense.
Hey, man.
Salute on a great career, but you don't even qualify for LeBron's narrative.
Yeah, hey, man. And the injury. Oh, if he never got injured, he would be good as Kobe. But he did get injured, and no, he wouldn't, because he was a loser. Yo, you ever seen the clip of them losing 2 games straight in the playoffs in Houston, and him? Everything's my fault. It's my fault we fouled late. It's my fault we missed free throws late. It's my fault some fans in the stands ordered Budweiser and they got Heineken. Everything's my fault. The guy with that mentality was never, ever going to be as good as Kobe Bryant. So stop it. Please stop it. I know he had cool shoes, and he threw oops to himself in all-star games, and he scored how many points in whatever seconds?
13 points in 35 seconds.
Sweet. That's dope. And he was a phenomenal scorer, and he was fun to watch. But there's levels, and please stop with the disrespect of Kobe Bryant and having any conversations with him. I don't care what Kobe referenced. I get Kobe had high praise of him.
He did say McGrady was his toughest matchup.
That's fine. I've also seen him say the same thing about Carmelo. So, man, and Tracy McGrady, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, which he deserved to be. You know, he's got, almost 20,000 points, but not 20,000 points as a primary scorer in a 15-year career. So, please stop it. And that's all I got to say on that.
So I'm finna respond because we're not finna just slander T-Mac because you disagree what he says. Okay, that's not. We're not gonna do all that. All right.
But
Mac is great. Mac is great, but this is what
very talented loser.
This is what I will say. Okay, he needs to chill because right now he sounds like Pippen. He sounds like Scotty, and what Scotty's doing is talking too much, and the talk is ruining, like, it's making people want to willfully forget what you did on the court
and disrespect you.
Or just like
disrespect Scottie Pippen before.
Exactly. Or just like blatantly
and outside of me, no one wants to disrespect Tracy McGrady. But I don't even want to disrespect him. I just want there to be some context into the him and Kobe talks.
Yeah, for sure. Because let's be real. Tracy McGrady, is potentially not you specifically you, but just like in general, your favorite player's favorite player. You know what I'm saying? He's that type of guy. So, but at the same time, when you're like that, but circumstances don't quite go your way as someone who's like that, now you start looking for reasons why it didn't happen, right? Instead of just, hey man, the cookie didn't crumble my way, bro. Like, I know I'm great. I know I'm amazing, but the beautiful and tragic thing about sports, and the reason why I think everybody should be involved in sports at some point, is the fact that in sports, bro, sometimes your best isn't enough, bro. And that's a very, very valuable lesson to learn in life. That sometimes you can try as hard as you can. You can be at your peak and you're going to lose, bro, because someone else's peak might be better than yours.
And that's just what it is.
That's just what it is, bro. So, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? Mac met those things in the playoffs, right? Somebody just outdid his good.
Well, he late in games, you can look this up. Late in playoff games, turned the ball over a lot.
Right.
He had playoff games where he went to OT and he's scoreless in overtime. Hey man, you're great, but there's levels.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. But I'm always be a T-Mac dude, so that's all.
I
That's
get
just how that goes.
I get it. That's your man's.
That's my dog. That's my
But
dog. I need to go get the shoes with the wood in them. I need to go
my
get
dog
those.
is the big dog, and so when the big dog come, you gotta move.
You funny. My boy Jensen, what's good, Jensen? Thanks for tapping in, bro. Appreciate you. Thanks for the like, for the view. Jensen say everyone wanted the T-Mac 2s. Dude's a legend, but there's too many old guys jealous just getting into a microphone. Yeah.
And see, I don't want to go all the way there because I hate this new generation of, man, old head, shut up. Like
old head, shut up. Exactly.
Gotta let they done it, and like as you get older, you realize like, yo, the stuff that older people were telling you was right.
It's kind of on point, huh?
It's like, oh, he was right, bro. And so like you gotta listen to them when they talk, but like sometimes, you know, obviously they're gonna try to, hey, you guys are kind of forgetting me. Let me remind you. And I get it, but
allow me to reintroduce myself.
Just relax, especially when we're speaking on a guy that's also deceased, not here to defend. Or
that's also a fair point. That's also a fair point.
Kobe can't respond. So,
right.
And anybody who does just looks like a stand. So
yeah, that's also a fair point. Between that and just forgetting he played with Yao, it's like, all right, bro, I guess so.
Yeah, man.
Jensen also says if T-Mac stays in Toronto, I think him and VC both get a chip.
Not a chance in hell.
It'd be tough. It'd be tough because I mean, they would have still had to go through Orlando.
Nice.
They would have still had to go through
Indiana,
and Detroit.
That's like
the Nets. Yeah. No. Yes.
That's what 2 finals in a row.
Yes, the Nets with Kenyon.
And RJ in them.
Yes.
Kittles.
Yes, fair.
So
was J Kidd on those teams?
Yeah.
Yes, fair. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, it would have been tough.
Yeah.
Damn, the East was a little tough then.
Plus Iverson's not going as well by himself.
Right.
So
everybody wants to say wild stuff to get clips. And that's the name of the game right now, right?
Yeah.
That's the name of the game right now. So
COE, content over everything.
Yep. All right, for sure. Well, let's talk a little dub here real quick. I know you got to get to work here shortly or whatever. Get ready. Oh, Yeti, yeah. Hey, fuck with us. Yeah. Hi, Chew. Yeah. Ice drinks. Yeah. Slide. This is good.
Funko Pop.
Sugar free. Slide. Funko Pop. Refreshing. Boy, that was a fire commercial.
There you go.
All right, WNBA. Let's get to it real quick.
I have some takes.
Okay, I like that. Season's been interesting. It's heating up a little bit. My first take that I'm gonna drop, and I'm sure you called me yesterday and was like, "Yep, I'm rolling." And I've been kind of banging this drum for a little bit now, but I think the Phoenix Mercury have a legitimate chance to win a WNBA championship this year. I just watched them go 4-0 on a road trip. Not only 4-0 on a road trip, but road back-to-back on the second leg of a road back-to-back in New York. Beat the Liberty by 8, I think, or 7, something like that. And granted, that's without Jonquel Jones, who is one of the best bigs, if not the best big in the league. But you also got to remember that, Kalia Copper isn't fully integrated back into the team either. So both teams, you could argue, are missing a big piece there. And Phoenix still beats them on the second leg of a back-to-back in New York, right? And Satu shot like 0 for 9 from 3. So it's like, that's not happening every game. So I really, really, really like this Phoenix team. They run. They shoot a shit ton of threes. They almost, if not, they did break the record against the Sky yesterday. I think they got close. I don't think they ended up breaking it, but they shoot a shit ton of threes. Whitcomb fires them. They got this girl named Kidia Lavska.
All their young. I think they have the most points from from rookies since on a team.
They got like 6 rookies who get legitimate playing time.
And they're all playing.
They get legitimate playing time, and they can all shoot, bro. I literally think the only person on the team who can't shoot threes is fucking AT.
I think Phoenix and New York are the best teams in the league.
I think
Minnesota's they're not as good.
Little inconsistent.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you can tell me Courtney Williams is gonna give me 15 and 8 every night, now I'll shut up.
Just give me 13.
Right. Now I'll shut up. You know what I'm saying? But she started off the season really hot, but she's gotten really inconsistent lately. Heideman's been kind of biting into her minutes. And so Heideman is nice. Also, little tangent before we get back on that. Shout out Erica Wheeler. She's hooping right now. I was talking a lot of shit about how Indiana was better off without her and whatever. She's hooping her ass off right now in Seattle. So shout out to Erica Wheeler. But on the back to Phoenix, yeah, bro. Like, obviously they could run into the issue that like Boston runs into sometimes, right? The three ain't falling.
Yeah.
You're a little cooked. But I think the difference between them and a team like Boston is with Phoenix, you have 2 players that if the threes aren't falling, we can just throw it down there and just go to work, go do something, right? Like Alyssa Thomas, she's not the most skilled down there, but she knows how to get that little hook off in the lane.
Down low.
Yep, she knows how to get that little hook off in the lane. And Satu, obviously 6'4", you can give it to her down there and go to work.
The unicorn, and I've been telling y'all about Satu Sabally for years now. Satu Sabally, man, she's incredible to watch.
Yeah, bro. They
by far.
You're good. They got a real chance to win that thing. I told Greg, I'm gonna tell y'all now. I put a $25 future bet on them to win the championship. I got it at plus 2,100. I think it went down to plus 2,000 since. It's gonna keep going down, bro. It's not gonna go higher. It's gonna keep going down. So at the very least, we could get a decent cash out. You know what I'm saying? But like, they're gonna keep winning games, and the books are gonna, as long as they're asleep, like, go take a look at that, because they've beaten all the teams ahead of them right now in the power rankings, but they're still ranked 4th, right? Like, at least by the books, right? By the books have Liberty 1, Minnesota 2, Vegas is 3 still. And I don't get that.
Because the Asia Wilson factor, because at any given time, she's the best player on the planet.
I know, man, but damn, they don't look right.
It's like having LeBron. At any given time, I can turn it up in here.
Right.
I can turn it up, and there's nothing none of y'all can do.
Right.
And if I do that, we're gonna win games.
Right.
I was watching her press conference, and she doesn't seem very happy right now.
No, she's finna listen today at noon in 30 minutes.
Oh yeah,
she's about to cook.
Yeah, for sure.
I got her on a points lay. I got Sykes 20, Alicia Gray 20, Asia 25.
Hey,
And then I played them both 25s and 30s. Asia, I had the mind to play her point ladder by itself because MVP, subpar season, fever at home on ESPN. Yeah, that sounds like a 30 piece from Asia.
Quietly, hot take. Alicia Gray has been the best guard in the W this season.
She's been so good, dude. And that's why I'm taking her points today. Because one, Chicago can't fucking stop a guard for shit, bro. Guards go crazy on Chicago. And then two, she got snubbed from the All-Star team. Huh? Like,
the voting's still open, though. Voting's still open.
It is, but like, how are you not even there? You know what I'm saying? You average a damn near 21.
Most of the fans voting don't actually watch.
This is correct, and let's just say I'm playing into the narrative that her team is gonna feed her today. Like, okay, we got Chicago in here. We should smoke these fools. Alicia just got snubbed. Let's let her go crazy.
Speaking of Chicago, I've seen enough. They have to let Angel run the point forward. They're a better team when she does. She's a good passer. She's improved. Like her field goal percentages and shots would say that she has not improved. She has improved other parts of her game. And they're a bad franchise anyway. At least it's worked. It's like they've I think the games where she's had the ball more, those are the games they've won. And they haven't been many of them, but they've won those. You got to at least try it. It's Haley Van Lith is not a WNBA guard. She is a fan favorite. She has a big name. She has a big social media following. She's
gonna sell them tickets.
She's a great college guard. And she's a pretty girl. So she is selling tickets, and I'm sure she's selling jerseys and merch. But she is not a WNBA player. Deja Kelly, like I saw, who was that? Angel McCarthy?
McCautry.
McCautry, yeah. That's who they brought up on her show. I agree. If Haley Van Lith's on the roster, Deja Kelly should be on the roster.
Respect.
So
I don't 100% disagree with you with your Angel take. I just don't know. I don't think I want her bringing the ball up the floor, but I do want the offense running through her in the high post.
That's the only time they give her the ball.
So like I want her operating like a Jokic or like a Sabonis.
Well, they don't give her the ball when she
right.
I watched Kia Nurse just look her off.
Kia Nurse is fucking trash, dude. Right.
She used to be pretty decent. It's over though. Like
when her and Rachel Banham get on the floor, I'd be like, all right.
Angel's got Ka on her back.
Yeah. Send it in. Yeah.
No sending, and then you end up, it's like a jump ball or something. Like, what are you doing? Just give her the ball. I watched Carmela Cardoso grab a rebound. Angel's literally standing right there. Like, hand me the ball. She looked her dead in the face and then turned and threw the ball to the other team. Just give her the ball.
Yeah. That high-low with her and Camilla could be so potent, but I don't know. It's starting to give vibes of something going on in the locker room. But
yeah, I think most of those girls in the locker room don't like her.
Yeah. It's starting to give those vibes for sure.
And maybe that's a her thing. Maybe it's not like I'm not gonna let it rock and be like, oh, everyone's jealous of Caitlin Clark, and that can't be a narrative for Angel. But I could also see like I don't think that she's unlikable but I definitely don't think she's classless. She's definitely done nothing to get that tag.
Right.
But
like, let's be honest, right?
I could totally see things she's done or said to make her unlikable to people.
Yeah, dude. Like
Sure.
we've been on teams before, right? And like you have people who have loud personalities, you have people who don't have those personalities. And sometimes on teams, right? Like those personalities, they don't necessarily clash, but it's like the person who's quiet is wondering why you doing all this yelling and talking, and they don't understand that I'm speaking from the point of I'm an Angel Reese type of player. I'm a Draymond Green type of player. I'm emotional. I yell, I talk shit, I'm loud. That's what I do, right? And so other people who don't portray that on the field, they might look at me some type of way, right? I don't like him. He talks too much, right? And just naturally, people on your own team might think that way too. And, you know, whether that's good or bad, obviously it's not great. You know, that can affect the locker room for sure. So I just wish more conversations would be had between teammates if things like that happen. You know what I'm saying? Because like everybody isn't the same type of player, bro. Like some people need that emotional charge to get themselves going. Like me, I need that shit to get myself going. I can't just go out there and be quiet and just start playing rugby and it's like, all right, I'm about to go kill you. Like, nah, bro, I need to amp myself up. I need to find something that I can hyper focus on and be like, yeah, fuck that shit. Now I'm about to kill you. You know, that's the type of player I am. And some people don't understand that. I'm sure Angel's probably that type of player too. And I'm sure some people don't understand that in her world either.
Right.
So
I have a hot take. I don't even know if it's a hot take.
All right, let's hear it.
I think it's a hot take. I think anyone that watches basketball wouldn't think this is a hot take. Caitlin Clark, phenomenal player. Phenomenal shooter. Phenomenal scorer. She has part of the reason is that she gets picked up full court is she's a phenomenal shooter. But part of the reason she gets picked up full court, she's an average ball handler. She's not hurt. She doesn't have a bag, which is fine. You don't need one. I think I just
having a bag's overrated.
And Evan said, like, yo, the guys that got in the bag, they don't be going nowhere. They don't
having a bag's overrated. The leading scorer in NBA history doesn't have a bag.
Right. But I do think watching them play Golden State, and I've seen when you do have to be physical with her. She wants to get to that left step back.
Anyone who you a right-handed player too. It's so easy to hit that left step back.
And if you stop her from doing that, and you're physical with her, she gets very frustrated. She has poor body language.
Yes.
And she has poor leadership skills. I watched every time I ever watched any one of them Iowa players talk, it was very obvious that Kate Martin was the leader of the team.
For sure.
Everyone knows Caitlin is the breadwinner. She's the best. We got to do to make sure she is in a rhythm so she can get us in a rhythm.
Correct.
Let's not be silly. But she wasn't the leader of the team. And part of if she wants her teammates to pick her up when she gets pushed down or protect her, she's going to have some better leadership skills.
And let me see you stick up for your team too. And granted, I like Caitlin. I mess with Caitlin. But let me see you stick up for your team too.
But I do like her as well. I don't want it to come off as me being a Caitlin Clark hater because I'm not.
Right.
I just call it how I see it.
No, it's becoming more evident. It's
the
becoming
JC
more evident.
I got a take on that as well. So go ahead and say what you're saying, and I'll get back to that.
Yeah, it's becoming more evident, and it's like it's okay for your best player to not be your vocal leader in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you're the best player and all eyes are on you, you do kind of got to recognize like, people are looking at me right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably not a good look, right? Like, again, I'm likening it. I'm going to liken this to myself because that's all I know I do. The refs. You don't need to talk to the refs all the time. You don't need to talk to the refs all the time. After every call, she's going and saying something to the refs, dude. After every call. And it's like, rather than that, what I've learned as I've gotten older is you go do your work early, right? So before the game even starts, hey, what's up? What's up, Diana? Hey, what's up, Tim? Hey, what's up, John? Right? You know all the refs by their name. You shake them up, ask them how their day's going, right? And then you bring your concerns before it even happens, right? You're like, hey, can you do me a favor? Just watch out for when they go over the screen. They kind of bumping me a little bit when I'm coming off the screen. It happened a couple games ago. Just keep an eye on it, or whatever. They're gonna be like, yeah, definitely, bro. No worries. And you might get that first call,
right?
But when you don't say nothing to them at all, and you just go about your way, and then the first whistle, and it's an actual foul. It ain't like it was a questionable foul. And the first whistle, and you're like, it's like that doesn't play well. That doesn't play well.
That leads to what I'm going to say next. She's entitled to play with J.C. Sheldon, where she cuts across the lane on the inbound, stops right in front of her, in front of J.C. Sheldon, and then throws herself back as if J.C. Sheldon fouled her. If you watch, immediately after that happens, J.C. goes, "You can't do that." Caitlin looks at her dead in the face and goes,
"Yeah, I can do whatever I want.
The fuck I want."
Yeah, that was gotta go, bud. I ain't gonna hold you.
It was, but no, you can't. And if any other player did that, if somebody did that to Caitlin, they hate Caitlin. They hate her because she's white. They're just hating. They're jealous. Why are you talking to Caitlin Clark like that? She's the golden goose. You protect her. No, bro, you can't just you stopped right in front of me, embellished as if I did something. You can't do that. And then your response is, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Dog, she's an instigator on the court. She is not a victim.
And I don't, that
narrative, that's the narrative that has to stop. Everything else, she's a phenomenal player.
Yes.
Great player. She is the face of the league.
Yes.
And she's earned that. That's cool. But she's not a victim out there.
No.
And I don't think those girls are jealous of her. She's an instigator and a shit talker.
Yeah. And she's the worst type of instigator and shit talker because she then goes and backs it up, right? That's the worst type. Because if you talking shit in my face, but you missing every shot you take, eventually what the fuck you saying don't got no power on me. I don't give a fuck what you're saying. You suck, right? But when you're the best player on the court and you're looking at me and you're telling me I can do whatever the fuck I want, it's like, all right, well, yeah, I'm finna rake this bit die. You know what I mean?
You think she's a top 5 player in the W?
For sure, 100%, absolutely. She's the best passer in the W for sure, by far.
I don't know about that.
She is 100%.
I would argue Paige is just as good a passer as her. More assists, less turnovers.
Right, but you got to understand the passes that Caitlin's throwing. Caitlin's throwing like Favre.
She is.
And
Also,
Paige is throwing like Manny.
Also, she gets shot a lot of bail that all her turnovers are teammates not catching the ball. That's true.
That's
But
a lot of them are that. And let's not forget to mention, like, she probably averages high key 2 to 3 more assists a game if they finish layups.
That's fair.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? She's got the numbers she does, and that's with missed layups and with fumbled passes.
So, where do you have her in the league? If she's in the top 5,
I'm probably going Asia. Actually, this year I lied. I'm going Fee, Asia. I mean, I'm probably putting Caitlin right there at 3, low key. I'm probably putting her right there at 3. Fee, Asia, Caitlin. Maybe AT, because she came to Phoenix and instantly changed their whole team. I mean, obviously Satu there too, but
Satu just got there too.
Right, but I talked a lot of shit about Alyssa Thomas in like
Satu has to be a top 5 player in the league.
She's top 10 for 100%. She's top 10. I'm debating whether I'm picking her or Thomas, right? Off of pure talent and off of pure what she can do and potential, absolutely top 5. Absolutely.
I'm not mad at Caitlin being number 3. I might have AT over her because she's a lockdown defender.
AT is a beast, man.
She can pass.
She had Angel scared of going to the post yesterday. That was crazy.
She does. She's real good.
She was terrified to go into the post, Greg. Angel took 1 shot yesterday, and it was a 3. She had 2 rebounds. She was scared to go in the post. She remembered that big-ass girl chokeslam her last year. She was scared to go in there.
They also didn't run any offense for her to go in the post as well. You have to.
I mean, but I've seen her take the ball and dribble into the post and try to shoot a layup. I've seen her dribble. I've seen her do that. She didn't try to do none of that. 1 shot, a 3.
I feel you, but she didn't. She also didn't have the ball a lot yesterday. She didn't. They were looking her off all game.
I'm not accepting that. 1 shot and it's a 3. You're scared to go in the post.
I don't know if she's scared to go in the post.
She was.
All right.
She plays post and she didn't take a single post shot.
That's fair. I'm not gonna say she's scared of Alyssa Thomas, bro.
I am. I am 100%.
After that foul, I've seen her go at Alyssa Thomas before.
I did not see that. I have not seen that, and I didn't see it yesterday either. I was watching that game. I had bread on the game.
They played before that game.
She was scared. Let me look what she had. You said they played already before that game?
I'm pretty sure they played again last year after that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this year.
No.
Yeah, that was their that was their second game against Phoenix this year. How many times she shoot that time? 9. She was scared of me. But yeah, back to that top 5. I'm probably going Fee, Asia, Caitlin, and then AT, and then I'm tripping, bro.
Caitlin might have to be 4, bro.
Yeah, I'm tripping, bro. No, because Stewie got to be in there still, bro.
She still averaged 21 a game.
Yeah, I'm tripping, bro. Stewie got to be in there still. I'm tripping, bro. I'm like trying to think of all the teams, and then Liberty went cross, and I'm like, oh, I'm a fucking dumbass. Yeah, so Caitlin probably 4. Fee, Asia, Stewie, Caitlin.
I'm going Satu.
You going Satu at 5, not AT? I'm not mad at you.
The unicorn, nigga.
I'm not mad at you.
The unicorn.
Oh shit! Hold on, Jensen out here. My bad, Jensen. Jensen say CC is throwing passes her teammates don't even see coming because nobody in the league is making those passes. Paige is just kicking out the ball. Yeah, bro. So it's kind of like talking about
That's not. Paige
think of it as
ball's just not true.
It's right. That's kind of disrespectful to say it like that. But like I liken it to this, right? One of them is Halliburton, right? Safe passes, guaranteed, like not in traffic, right? Like, but the right play, good pass, the right play.
Oh.
And yes, sure, for more respect.
But I don't even think, I think Halliburton, I think that's an off comparison because he be throwing some crazy passes too. He throws a lot more risky passes than a guy like Chris Paul.
He throws looking no looks. He stares the fucking player down.
That's not what I
passes them the ball and then does this fucking
that's not what I'm
spin-a-rooney, bro.
I'm talking like full court bounce passes and like full court passes. Like those are risky passes.
I have never seen Halliburton throw no full court bounce and no full court half court. The person I'm about to say does. All right, so you got your Halliburton, Chris Paul, and then you got your James Harden. Okay? Now, James Harden be throw some fucking spicy passes. And this motherfucker will fuck around and have 7 to 8 turnovers. But goddamn it, he gonna throw some shit. And that's how I look at Caitlin and Paige.
That's a good comparison because like Harden, she's also a defensive liability.
Correct. That's how I look at Caitlin and Paige. Caitlin is WNBA Harden. Paige is WNBA Chris Paul Halliburton.
I want to say that's disrespectful.
But a better scorer. But she's a better scorer than
disrespectful to Caitlin. But I also want to say that's disrespectful to Harden because I watched this nigga score 50 a night, like 3 times a night, like for like 3 years straight.
Just wait on it. We only in year 2. Just wait on it.
I kind of want to say it's disrespectful to Caitlin.
Oh, fair.
But I also kind of want to say it's disrespectful to him.
Right.
Somebody's being disrespected in that when you're comparing them.
It's too accurate. Sure. Someone's wrong.
But I'm not sure who's being disrespected. Someone's being disrespected.
Bro,
it might be Caitlin because
that low-key might be the coldest comparison we got right now. Caitlin is James Harden.
Hey man, and even when he was doing that, I would never ever say he was the best player in the league. I don't think there was argument.
Fair.
He doesn't.
When he was in Houston,
and even with Caitlin not playing defense, there's an argument that she's the best player in the league. It's a tough argument because those 3 big dogs in front of her are like.
And to be fair, James has some big dogs in front of him too.
Yeah. I mean, he had Kevin Durant and Curry
LeBron
and
James.
LeBron. So it's like it's the same thing. So I guess it's the same.
This is crazy, bro. Did we just get the ultimate
that's crazy
CC comp? Did we just come up with that on live?
Crazy.
CC is James Harden.
That's crazy. Well,
that is crazy.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna have to bring in the fact that both of them also don't win.
The big one so far, but we'll see. She got time.
I think she got
time. She'll get upgraded. She'll get upgraded from James Harden to.
I think she'll get one when they get. I don't think Aaliyah Boston's trash.
I don't either.
I think she needs a reset. I think when you go from being the number 1 pick, and you off of a natty to the number 1 pick. And you're the clear number 1 option on the team to now there's another number 1 pick and they're the clear number 1 option. And it's not really even clear if you're the second option really anymore. I think her confidence is shaken. And I don't think I don't think you can blame Caitlyn for that because I think they get along. I think they're good teammates.
Yeah, they love each. She's always trying to
Yeah,
hype up Aaliyah.
yeah. I think you can. I think that dates back to like before they played together in India.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think you can like put it on Caitlyn, but I think Caitlyn being there has changed who Aaliyah Boston is as a player for one way or another.
Yeah, yeah. I can see that. I can see that. If they could swap Aaliyah for like some another mobile big.
I kind of think even though it's a
Like
lot,
picture like a handy.
even if it's a lot different because in this way because Enrique and Paige are both guards. Enrique looked much different with Satu, and like you'd have to look. Not last year isn't a good example because Satu was hurt most of the year, but the year before when they were Final 14 in the W for the championship, they were a different team, and Enrique was a different player. And I think Paige coming in, I think it's changed how Enrique is approaching the game, how she's playing.
She looked like she lost a step low key.
I
That first step don't look as quick.
I think she might be a little. I mean, I think she's about to get married.
So you think she got a little Mary weight, a little overweight?
Her wife is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's getting married to a real beautiful woman that she's madly in love with, probably. And I think that might be a little. Who cares if I'm shooting tour dates? I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm still getting paid to play the game that I love. I'm still considered one of the best players in the game. I'm happy. Hey, we ain't winning shit anyway.
Right.
Even if I play a little better, they not about to win this year. They even if she was playing a little better, I don't think they're a playoff team.
No.
They have the pieces. I think having Carrington to play defense and Paige and Enrique.
Dejanay playing like boo boo this year too. She got benched.
I also think
that was the wrong move putting her and Alyssa on the same team.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Not everyone can handle that.
Nah, yeah. They too comfy.
AT and Bonner, they're vets.
They're vets and they're built different.
Yeah, bruh. They're old school. They're older. They're not new generation. They're not.
And Alyssa and Dejanay be in the locker room doing TikToks together and some more shit, probably.
Yeah.
That's facts.
And also, I don't want to say that because that's a dangerous narrative to say.
It is.
A dangerous thing to say because that's not even that's just almost not even a factor in the NBA.
Right.
So you can't even say that. And so
however,
it comes off kind of sexist and I don't want it to come off that way.
I don't think it does, bro, because look at the drop off from Dejanay, man. This is a crazy drop off she's had. And it's like, it's not, I don't think it's sexist to say that like you have a distraction in the locker room right now. I don't think that, like, she was hooping for Connecticut. She was about to win. I don't know if they have a most improved player of the year, but everyone, I remember last year, they were all like, Dejanay came so far with her offense. And
She won most improved player.
There you go. Okay. So you go from that and getting a bag to come to Dallas and then to getting benched. It's like, ugh.
And also prior, not last year, Melissa wasn't playing great last year, but the year before, she was a double-double machine.
Melissa.
Yeah.
Right.
Something's off.
Yeah.
I'm
with you.
I think maybe not them. I think maybe them being in the locker room together is not the best idea.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one, bro. I'm with you on that one. Shit, we about an hour and 25 in this thing. You got anything else you want to talk about, Greg? Get off your chest.
Nah. Josh, yeah. I see your comment, Josh. We addressed it earlier. She's getting choked off half court because she's not a great ball handler.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that she's a phenomenal three-point shooter. Let me not let that be lost. Because I'm tough on her because people aren't. she's being coddled.
Fair.
And when people talk about her, and if you say anything negative, you're just hating, and I'm not. I fuck with her. I watched basketball. I'm 33. I've watched basketball for a long time.
Yeah.
Watched women's basketball for a while.
Yeah.
Like, so I watched the game, and it's like I see I know what I'm watching. So I don't want it to come off that way. Let it not come off that way. But yeah.
I'm with you. I'm rolling.
Shout out CC.
And that's, like I said, that's from two Iowa dudes, right? Both of us born in Iowa, and I like CC, and he likes CC.
And neither are Iowa fans.
And I do. I don't really rep the Hawkeyes. I'd rep them over the Cyclones, but like I don't really like rep the Hawkeyes. Like, but I do fuck with Caitlin because she's from Iowa, and that's, you know what I'm saying, that's homeland. So, but like Greg said, you know, we gotta call it 100 too, right? We can't just be out here. She can't do no wrong, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's the next step in progression when we're like talking and discussing women's sports, man. Like, and I'm gonna be real kind of like blunt with that, just in the sense of like, man, I had somebody come and tell me the other day, like, this is why I don't talk women's sports with men. And it's like, well, that sounds counterproductive. That sounds like you're shooting yourself in the foot. So you're only gonna talk women's sports with women? Like,
that's not growing.
That's not growing the game, man. It's not growing the game.
The NFL and the NBA needed women fans to care about their game.
100%. Look how much the NFL's taken off with this freaking Taylor Swift relationship.
Hey, we need all the guys to love the game. No, we need the guy and his wife,
right,
to love this game.
And look at all the female analysts that have popped up on ESPN talking football and talking all these sports. It's great. Love it. We love to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it has to go both ways.
If you want them to be paid like the guys, you have to let them be treated like the guys. Let them talk. Let people have discourse about them like the guys. Let them talk shit and fight on the court like the guys.
Yep. Or maybe maybe I don't want to say better, but maybe a different word to use is like professionals.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Treat them like professionals. If they want to get paid like professionals, we need to treat them like professionals. We need to be able to talk about them like professionals.
Understand that they're playing an emotional game in highly emotional, hostile environments.
Right.
And
bro,
emotions are high and they're competitive.
I'm so glad you brought that up. So I'm referencing, you know, the situation that happened with Caitlin and Mabry and them, right? I'm watching the game and immediately I'm mad and I wish I had the cell phone number of the announcer, because as soon as Mabry pushed her down, this fool come on the microphone talking about she's getting ejected. She needs to leave. She's gonna get ejected. Bye. Her day's surely done. See ya. And in my head, I'm like, you're part of the issue, buddy. Because guess what? If this happens in the NBA, fucking double text, maybe a flagrant, and we fucking play.
Yeah. And be clear, they've been doing this. They more physical in the dub than they are in the NBA. Been doing this.
Like, come on, man.
It's very well known. If you've been a rookie over the last 20 years, you done caught a Diana Taurasi to the face.
Right.
Not accident, intentionally.
Right.
They do this. That's what they do. The W's physical, ball is physical. I know people try to act like it's not a contact sport.
It's a contact sport.
It's a contact sport.
It's a contact sport. It's not a collision sport. Right. That's the difference between football, rugby, hockey, lacrosse, all that stuff. Those are collision sports. But basketball is a contact sport. And the best players in the league, offensively and defensively, have mastered how to use contact in their favor.
Facts.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. uses contact to his favor. It's not against the rules. It's a fucking contact sport. I'm going to get into you. Now I got my space to get my shot off.
Facts.
Like, I don't know, man. Yeah. I'm glad we talked about that. I need to get that off my chest.
Definitely.
All right, man. With that being said, y'all, we're going to wrap this thing on up, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Had a good show today. Hour and a half. That's a long one. No, we was cooking. So, Game 7 tonight. We'll see what happens. Football's on its way. When football pulls up, right, we will definitely be doing weekly shows. The reason being, it'll be a lot easier, with football being one time a week, right? The narratives can build out throughout the week. We'll have a lot more time to, talk about injuries and whatever else is coming through the pipeline. So when football drops, we'll definitely be going once a week. Training camp starts up soon. That's lovely. Can't wait. About that time of the year, y'all. So, Greg, anything you want to leave with the people?
4 letters, 1 word.
What's happening, man? Is he gonna win King of the Ring?
No.
Nah.
Cody Rhodes is gonna win.
For sure. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. We'll leave it at that, y'all. Thanks for tuning in, man. We'll holler at y'all next time. Y'all be safe.
Show.